What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And after yesterday's dump, I know everybody is feeling that today. Everything is super red, but I know we've been a lot in the profit lately. If you look back from the bear market to where we are now, at least in my case, I am doing so much better than in the bear market, because even all of my holdings were less than what my Bitcoin holdings are right now. All of my whole holdings were less than about 7,500 at the worst in the bear market. All my money was in Bitcoin at the time, and I had 0.25 Bitcoin, and it was worth only 7,500. Right now, 0.25 Bitcoin is a fourth of a Bitcoin. So if it's worth 60,000, well, 15,000, 30, 45, 60, right? So that would be $15,000 is what that would be right now. 0.25 Bitcoin is $15,000 right now. So actually, if I would have just kept the Bitcoin that I had and not traded it for altcoins, I would have made about just as much money. So actually, it worked out either way. So because I traded for altcoins, I ended up making a nice profit off the altcoins, but I would have made that profit on Bitcoin anyway. Would I have taken those profits though? That's the thing. I don't know if I would have been able to realize those Bitcoin profits. Now that's why I get into cryptos like Polymath and NewCipher and these other big movers. Because look at this one, guys. 66 cents it went down. So this is a cautionary tale as well. Now this is a money-making tale and a cautionary tale at the same time, because I bought in at 77 cents on Polymath last night. Now, when I bought in, let's take a little bit of a look on where we were. Okay, I bought in at 77 cents, which actually was over here, right about here. It was a dip. See, a good dip. I bought a good dip, right? Well, from the 77 mark, it went all the way down to, let's look, 70 cents. So I had lost 7 cents worth. Actually, it went down to 66 cents, I remember. That says 70, but I remember 66 cents because I was $500 in the loss yesterday. I put a $3,000 position into Polymath last night at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And immediately, it started going up a little bit. I had made a little bit of money. It almost got to my target price to sell. And then it dumped from 78, because my target price was 79. It dumped all the way from 78 down to 66. I was over $500 in the loss at about 2 o'clock in the morning last night. What I did is I put a sell order at 79, even though we were all the way down at 66. And I'm like, and then I fell asleep for like a couple minutes or like an hour. And I woke up and my order had been filled. It came all the way back up to the 78.5, 79 cent sell price. And I was able to make all my money back plus $18. And I paid a fee to Coinbase Pro for $10. So I made 18 bucks, Coinbase Pro made 10 bucks, and I didn't lose the 500. But be careful, because when you put your money in a crypto that is volatile and is skyrocketing, this is the cautionary tale. When I tell you to buy a crypto that is pumping, or not, I never tell you to buy crypto. When I show you a crypto that is pumping, it is a gigantic risk to get into that. But it's also the bigger risk, the bigger the reward, right? So I didn't get a huge reward on this. The reward was not losing the $500 and actually making some profit. That was the reward. Sometimes the reward isn't $10,000. Sometimes the reward is breaking even. Now that we don't get into this to break even, right? But sometimes when you're in a $500 loss, you take that broke even. You get out and then reevaluate, and then you can get back in and make money. But when you're in your head, you're already losing money, you're in a bad mood, you're not thinking clearly, do not purchase, man. I'm telling you, if I would have purchased last night in that mood, I would have been down probably about $5,000 right now. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad I stuck it out and It worked. Polymath is awesome, though. You know, I wanted to buy. I should have bought when it went back down to 68. Because look, now it's up at 78 again. 66. See, it did go to 66. And that was way far down from the 77 that I bought in at. 11 cents down is like $300, $400, $500 with that amount of money in there. So if I had $100,000 and put in a Polymath, wrote it from 66 to 86, oh man, that would be a nice $20,000 profit or something. You know, that's a huge amount of money to be made. If you have more money, you make more money. That's the thing. Polymath, we've already talked about this crypto. It is amazing. It's up over 1,000% this year when the market's only up 453%. The market cap now is 602 million. When we looked at it last time, it was barely 100 million. So it's definitely rising. Look at the volume, $564 million volume. That is up 180% from yesterday. So think 81% of the people are buying, only 18% of the people are selling. It's number 65 on popularity, but Polymath is kicking butt. And back in the day, Cardano founders partnered with Polymath to build a compliant securities blockchain. So, yeah, even Cardano likes Polymath. So definitely a good project. Definitely something that you should think about. But yeah, mitigate those losses always. And if you are going to be in a loss, sometimes, like with Polymath, I knew the possibilities of it going up were high, so that's why I didn't just sell out at a loss. I was this close from taking a several $100 loss and just getting out. If it would have continued to dump, I would have had no choice but to get out or wait another 5 or however long months it would take for Polymath to recover. Even it might only take a week or two. So, but I didn't have to do that. Thank you. Someone was watching out for me. Thank you, God. So, definitely could have wrecked me hard. All the profits that I would have made in the last couple of days would have been gone. And that didn't happen. So I'm so happy about that. That would have ruined a lot of stuff going on in my life. So pretty happy about that. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, things are going pretty good with Polymath. Things are going pretty good in crypto. Now, I say things are going pretty good in crypto, but we see a red market here. Why is that? This is just a reset, guys. We needed this. This is the first, well, not the first, but the first big correction after our all-time high. So we had a mini correction after the first all-time high of 67,000. Now after we went to 69,000, we did have a dump right away. But that still, it wasn't really it just went from 69 to 63. And now that we went all the way down to 58,000 and touched down there and basically get momentum from 58 and now we sit up here at 60, good moves. We needed that. That was a retest. We needed that correction in order to, it's like, I always like to use the earthquake metaphor because it's like two tectonic plates that are building pressure, and if you do not relieve that pressure, you're going to have an earthquake. And in this case, the earthquake is Bitcoin falling all the way down to 20,000. Now, what happened is instead of all the pressure building up and it having an earthquake, well, someone came in with like a big old, I don't know, let's just say a drill, and they drilled all the way down in the center of the earth and relieved that pressure like a pimple. Like they popped the giant pimple and it relieved all that pressure came out. Now the tectonic plates, instead of all that pressure, they're just chilling. So we reset. That's why they call it a reset, because it has to reset all that pressure, all that built up, driving force. And that's what happened. Now we can move higher to the upside. Now all crypto needed this. We're not going to go below 58.6 right now. I can almost guarantee you that. That is not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, common sense. But this is not going down to below 58.6 right now. It's just not. That's not the way that crypto is going to go right now. Into the end parts of November and December, we are going to see some of these altcoins do amazing things that we haven't seen in a long time. So we're going to see big 30-40% boosts. We're even going to see some 80 to 100% boosts. We're going to see Bitcoin go all the way up to $100,000, and this is all going to happen within the next month or so. So be ready. I'm ready. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that moment that we just have to, be diligent, act quickly, and make that money. So let's do it. Let's keep an eye on these prices. Make sure that we know where the bottom is, and that was 58.6. So then we have a nice little double bottom right here, and now we're above 60,000, going to 61, and this is the new bottom. Now, it's going to take a little while for everything to go down, find its legs again, and head up. Now, I really wish I could have caught that at 84. I really wish I could have caught the graph at 84. I would have bought that. That would have been a nice price for the graph. 84 cents. So I think I'm going to go set me a limit order for some cryptos because, yeah, I need to get into some while they're down. I have like $3,000 that I want to put into a crypto or a couple cryptos that could do me good. Now, ICP, man, this one is down from when I bought it. So I'm like $22 in the loss here. Not too bad. I think it's going to go back up, so I'm going to hold this. So, yeah, just be careful with crypto. There's a lot of things going on. When we have a giant reset like this, it definitely tests your resolve, because these kind of things are not easy. They're not easy to sit through. I'm so glad I didn't lose $500 yesterday. That would have just ruined my whole month, week, holiday. Oh man, it would have just made everything hard. So I'm glad that didn't happen. All right, guys. That being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!